It's Monday. We're on the countdown to Christmas. We're going to get started today with some sideways leaning. So set a nice wide stance, soften up those knees, arms out wide. Reach one for the floor and one for the ceiling. Back into the middle and out to the other side. We're going to alternate each side, 4 or 5 times each. Nice little stretch between the hip and the ribs. Right up in here. It's good. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend walk out in the fresh. It's not really cold, is it? Not quite hat and gloves weather yet. But still, lovely to get outside and enjoy the fresh air. Always feel better for a bit of a walk. Clears my head, makes me feel all productive. Wonderful. Okay, next movement. We're going to combine 2 things that we've done before. First is the leg stretch, back of the leg into the hips, with a sit. Stretch the legs and sit. Stretch and sit. Fantastic. We're going to alternate between these 2 positions. Probably a dozen times or so in total. Nice little stretch, nice little sit. Steady on the way up, steady on the way down. Getting comfortable with this movement. Let's do 2 of them. And one last stretch into one last squat. That's fantastic. Now set a nice wide stance. Soften up those knees again. And we're going to take a net and cast it as we do our ice skater movement. We've got this nice twist of the trunk coming in over the top. Lots of lovely movement to start us off on this Monday. A really nice flying start to the week. It's going to be a good one. As I say, counting down. Only one more Saturday until Christmas. I hope you've done all your shopping. Let's go 3 times, twice, and the last out and back to the middle. Fantastic stuff. Give everything a little shake and a shuffle there. We're coming down to the floor into our horse stance position. 4-point stance, tummy all hoovered up. Reach out with the left leg, point that heel, and point with the right finger. Front and back. Hold for about 5 seconds. Bring that in. Let's do the other side. Hoover up the tummy, point the heel, reach with the hand on the other side of the body. Hold for about 5 seconds. Bring it in. And repeat each side another 3 times. Good. And over here we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change. Last time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and change. And I kind of lost count, but that's enough of that, isn't it? Let's go into our hip lift. Lying on your back, tuck and roll up. Unroll the spine. Tuck and roll up. Unroll the spine. We'll do a dozen or so of these. That's good. See? We've got a bit of tinsel. It's getting a little Christmassy. I've got the lights up. You can see them sparkling away. Getting excited now. Hopefully Santa will bring me something nice. I've been good. Promise. Last bit. 1 more time. A squeeze and a roll down, and we're going into our walking on air or bike pedaling movement. Keep the tummy tucked back. Think about pushing your lower back into the floor and reach out with those legs. The longer the legs reach, the harder this gets. The further the knee comes back towards your ribs, the easier it gets. So if you want it really hard, keep the legs out here as you pedal. And if that feels like, oh my God, Neil, are you trying to kill me? Bring them in a little. Find your happy place where you feel like you can keep a conversation going, or at the very least, you're not feeling like you're bracing and clenching your jaw. We want this to feel nice and happy, a nice warm-up exercise for the tummy muscles before we turn over and we get to play with our plank exercises. Here we go. Our plank exercise today is going to be our triangle plank. So, from your 4-point stance, leg out, tummy tuck, other leg out. From the plank, we stick the bum out and we triangle. We roll back down into our plank. And let's do this a couple of times. Last time coming up, a triangle-y sticky outy bum, a planky straight line, and rest. Excellent. Whew, give yourself a second, a shuffle and a wiggle. Oh, roll those shoulders. Let's have another go. This time, once you're up in the triangle position, we're going to bend the arms as if you're going to place your head on the floor and then push back. Go into your plank, into a triangle, bend the arms, push back. So you're lowering your head toward the floor in the triangle position, pushing yourself back into the plank. Let's do one more of those. Wonderful, well done. Another new move mastered. Back up on the feet, into a 1 foot forward, 1 foot back stance. We're going into our split squat. So I'm coming down and up, down, slightly forward, back up again. We're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's turn it on round to do the other leg. Coming down, slightly forward, down, and slightly forward. And we'll do that 5 times, 4 times, 3, 2, and 1. Marvellous. Give them a shuffle and a shake. For our next exercise, I'm going to turn around and face this way so it doesn't feel like I'm ignoring this wall. We're going to reach for the floor with both hands, taking one leg out behind us, keeping the standing leg soft at the knee. Tip forward as if you're going to pick up a box from the floor. Push that hip forward. Reset, soften up that leg, lower that box to the floor, and then stand back up with it. Let's do this a couple more times before we swap to the other leg. Nice and steady, work on that balance. Ooh. Here we go, changing legs now. So give everything a shuffle, sit yourself up, box in hand, soften up that standing leg. The spare leg goes out behind us toward the floor, push the hip through and reset. Easing down. A little wobblier on my right side than my left. That's no problem. Just means I'm working extra hard on this right leg. Right. It would be embarrassing if I fell right through the set, wouldn't it? Smashed everything down on top of me. All covered in tinsel and muslin. Take a wide stance and let's go for a bit of a soft knees. Sitting, standing. Sitting and standing. Nice and easy, keeping the knees pushed out as you descend and stand. Fantastic. Like a wide stance, sumo type squat. Let's give this 3, bounce at the bottom, 2, bounce at the bottom, 1 more time. And stand. Well done. Give them a shuffle and a shake. For our next exercise, got a little bit of space behind you. We're going to step backwards into this. I'm going to step with my right leg and spring back up again. So I step back and spring forward. Think of this as being a backwards and forward movement. Like imagine you're on a start line of a race. You step back to run forward, yeah? So we're going to step back and spring forward. It's just an exaggerated version of that step back and spring action. Nice powerful exercise. We keep most of the weight on the front leg. A little spring off the toes. We'll do one more and then we'll change and we'll let the other leg have a go. Ready? Stepping back on the other leg. Springing forward. Step back. Spring forward. Fantastic. Keep this one going with 3 more. We're nearly done now. Our 10 minutes is nearly up. There we go. Well done. Enjoy your week, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.